Hi, this is Jim Miller, pastor of Real Life Church, and we are back with another installment of Homeschool for the Soul. And now we are focusing on good ways to say thank you to people who have been helping us during this unusual time. And so today with me is Max Dahlstein, who is with the Pasadena Police Department. Hi, Max.
Pastor Jim, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I don't know if I've ever seen you in the uniform before, because we only see each other on Sundays by and large.
Well, there's been a couple times I remember I had to show up in uniform at some event or concert or something because I was running late.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, not that often. Good. Well, you look real official.
That's what we're doing.
You're one of the few people not working in pajamas today, so that's good. We respect that. So I kind of set this up for you. We're asking different people who are on the front lines of helping the public how best to say thank you, because my sense is there's a lot of people out there who want to say thank you to police officers, fire department employees, nurses, but I bet you don't want 1,000 people showing up at the front door of the police station with cookies.
So I know different agencies go about it different ways. Our department is still kind of following the guidelines that the governor's proposed, where people just can't walk into our police station. Yeah. We do have a lot of people that are sending gifts and cookies and food and those kind of things. But for Pasadena, if you're able to make a phone call and talk to our records clerk and just say, hey, you know what, I'd like to stop by and drop something off. And I would think that's kind of that way throughout the valley here in Southern California. If you want to drop something off, just give the department a call and say, I'm going to stop by. There are some agencies, I believe Glendora, they don't have their lobby closed. So you can walk into Glendora PD and probably drop something off, but they would probably appreciate it if you did give them a call and just say, hey, I want to stop by and bring some things. We love to eat. That's bringing things. But another thing also, what I enjoy, if we're out and about, and somebody else, if you're out at Target and you see somebody, a police officer, and you just want to go up and say, hi, thank you, that's perfectly fine. I enjoy that.
Good. That's good. So we actually could bring a gift to the police station if we call first and say, hey, I'd like to bring it by. Is there a good time?
That's probably the best way to go about it.
I didn't even know that. That never even crossed my mind. That's good. So you just make an appointment. Sure.
And they can walk it on in, and then believe me, it'll be devoured probably in 15 minutes.
Good to know. So when we see police officers in public, it's not interrupting your work to walk up and just say thank you and greet you.
If that's totally fine. If we're doing something where we're not out working, it's just human nature, I think, for someone to come up and say hi, thanks, and we appreciate that. That's nice. I like that.
Good. Yeah. Now, see, for the average person on the street, we look at police officers. They're dressed in uniform. You know, they're there to protect. A lot of us may see them as a wall of strength, but you're a person, and you have emotions too. How has this season been for police officers in general? Is this an unusually stressful time?
The way that we do policing's really changed. I mean, I never thought there'd be a time where we need to go out and we're walking around with our PPE and we're contacting people. I don't know if the stress level, the way that we're contacting people and the way that we're actually kind of staying away from people, that's changed. As far as the stress level, I don't think the stress level, for me anyhow, has not changed all that much. It's just a different way of going about business.
Okay. So when you look at the public in general right now, would you say that in general, you feel like there's a sense of hopefulness, or are people worn out? What's your read from where you sit?
I think at the beginning, it was a different, how far are we into this thing? 6 weeks? Are we in?
Further than that, I think.
March 13th, I believe, is when we took an official action.
Yeah.
And now it seems like not only the department, but a lot of folks in general in society, just we need to progress. We need to start doing something and get back out there. There's being at home. That's where it seems like it's taken its toll, is at home, and you're trying to just go about your business and, you can't get out of the house. How many times can you go to the Habit and pick up, or the In-N-Out and go pick up your dinner? You get out and get back to your normal life. So that's how it's changed.
Yeah. I can do the Habit and In-N-Out quite a bit, actually. No hesitation for me. As we think about this, do you know if our fire department employees in kind of the same boat as police employees, or?
I haven't talked to we get along really well with our fire department. I mean, there's a lot of bantering that goes on. I haven't spoken to a lot of firefighters. We do have a testing site down at the Rose Bowl, so I have spoken to a couple of our firefighters that are running that. And that's a whole different game, because now you're testing 300-400 people that are coming in a day, and it's taking for those group of guys that are doing that, it's taken a whole different level of stress and anxiety for those guys, because now they're down there dealing with potentially, people that are testing positive or people that are sick, and they don't want to be around that.
Right.
Now, when they go to calls, there's a lot of times when we go to a call, the fire department or the paramedics they'll stand by. There's a lot of calls now that we will used to respond to, but we don't respond to. A convalescent hospital, for instance, we don't even go into a convalescent hospital. So now we're on standby, and it's those guys that are going in and dealing with all those kind of issues. So I would imagine their anxiety level is a little bit higher.
Yeah. So so let's look towards when things start to open up again, because we're getting headlines and so forth along those lines. What's going to be some of the most helpful things people can do as the world starts to be a little bit more trafficked, right? As there are more people on the streets.
More attractive? I'm sorry?
More trafficked. There's more out there on the streets, driving around, walking around.
It seems like we really need to care for each other, slow things down a little bit. As far as that's one thing it's kind of done for me over the past 6 or 7 weeks. You're not in a hurry to get anywhere. If somebody cuts you off, try to be polite and nice. When you're going, be cordial, be responsible when you're shopping, and staying your 6 feet away. And what we're going to see, though, and what we're anticipating on a crime side, is when this opens back up, and people that are able to get out and start doing their thievery and all that kind of stuff, that's a whole different issue. But I think us as people getting out back into a normal life, just be slow, be caring. Don't be on edge. There's no need to be on edge. Maybe that'll change some people's habits just on their day-to-day life. I don't know.
So sounds like a good advice for all the time.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, that's helpful. So we'll send people out with that message, that if they want to bring things to the police department, they can. They just need to call ahead. And it's good to be gracious to police officers in public when you see them, and just be gracious in general as we get back to life.
Awesome.
Great. Well, I thank you, Max. It's good to talk to you. God bless you in your work. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you. We will be seeing you soon. I'm sure it's coming around the corner.
It is. Absolutely. All right. God bless.